Nothing in life is guaranteed.
Right.
So tell me how Trump's going to win the election.
Well, I have developed a campaign platform to guarantee the re-election of Donald J. Trump, and I'd like to just go through it on this podcast. By the way, thank you, all of you out there who are supporting us. Alex has been very aggressive on Facebook, and he's brought in many new listeners and patrons. They're not excited about the fact that he stuffs his face. Some people
are.
No, some of them are. No, you're right.
We've gotten a resurgence in England.
So anyway, here's my. I'm going to give you I've got a 10-point platform for President Trump, and I think he should start announcing this as soon as there is a Democrat nominee. It doesn't really matter who it is. It doesn't matter. Mm-hmm. The first thing that he should do is that he should self-identify as a woman. All right.
What?
Yeah, the president of the United States. Look, when you try to reason with extreme liberal Democrats, remember that you're dealing with people who sincerely believe that a man can be a woman and that a woman can be a man. So that's and they also believe that delusion should be encouraged and not discouraged. Discouragement of the delusion is considered immoral and bigoted. So Trump should play to that base. Okay, so if there are millions of Democrats that believe that a man can become a woman and a woman become man, then the smart thing for him to do is to declare that he's a woman, right?
Because that way, if they nominate a woman and the rallying cry is "We need a woman president," well, we have a woman president.
That's right. That's right.
Well, if you're saying we need to you're saying that this is not a real woman. Isn't Donald Trump beautiful?
Yeah,
you have to say she's beautiful too.
Yeah, in fact, on this podcast, I'm going to publish a picture of DONNA Trump, which is what Donald Trump will look like after he declares that he's a woman. I have a picture of that.
One Photoshop picture, and you just get this obsession.
I know. So Trump should make this declaration that he is identifying as a woman. First thing is that the left will have to either admit the absurdity of their gender ideology and accept the two gender biology. Also, they're going to have to accept Donald Trump as the first woman president. Okay, so in other words, beating Hillary Clinton, beating Elizabeth Warren, Amy Klobuchar, and Kamala Harris, and Christine Gillibrand. They can never again say that they are running to be the first woman president. So you're going to take away from them one of the campaign things that they're campaigning on. The
primary thing they're campaigning on.
they have this bloodlust to elect a woman, a vagina. I call it the vagina voter. And the vagina, they'll take anybody.
Bloodlust.
Yeah, they'll take anybody that that has a vagina. So So anyway, they'll take. Furthermore. If he if Donna Trump instead of Donald, Donna Trump is his new transsexual name. If he remains married to Melania, he will also be the first gay president. Do you realize that?
First lesbian, okay.
And he'll be the first lesbian president, right? He'll also be the first lesbian president married to an immigrant. Think of it, right?
He'll also be the first president married to Melania Trump.
Exactly. The first lesbian president married to her. Yeah.
And well, I mean, at that point,
and by the way, he could be the first president to be elected as a man and then as a woman.
See, the moderates though, they can go in and out. They're able to worm their way in and out. They can, because the moderates haven't quite, made this the hill they die on. This is only something that the radical left wing, stands on,
right?
Said, of the base at least, not necessarily the politicians, but the base.
So what percentage of the base of the Democrat Party do you think would suddenly realize that this idea that there's more than two genders and that transgender people really are mentally ill individuals? How many of the base of the Democrat Party would make that shift in mentality and vote for Trump?
Well, it's tough to say because there are the radical, just people that will never vote for Donald Trump.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the people that are going to be knocking on doors and phone banking and phone calling. Mm-hmm. The moderate, person who registers Democrat, votes straight ticket Democrat, doesn't really pay much attention.
Right.
Those people are not so much as relevant.
Right.
What matters is how much can you invigorate the base to go out and remind those people to get out the vote.
Right.
So what this will do is, I think it will be, even if it's just a 5% or a 10%, shift in the activists and the people that will knock on doors, that's detrimental.
Yeah.
If it was voting based, not so much. But if it's activists who, each one maybe accounts for 100 or 1,000 votes.
Well, the generals. I've been asked why I'm formulating these 10 planks of the campaign platform for Donald Trump, and we've discussed this before. We talk too much about cultural Marxism. We talk too much about
you talk too much about cultural Marxism.
You keep bringing this up, and most people don't know what the hell we're talking about.
You don't know what you're talking about.
So this is all of these 10 items. These planks are calculated to take the weapons of Donald Trump's enemies and turn those weapons around and use them on those enemies. That's the strategy. Don't try to defend your position, attack their position with their weapons. So if Donald Trump becomes a woman, and that's all you need is just to say you're a woman, you don't need anything else but just to say it, just to say it. And by the way, he could oscillate. One week he could be a man, 1 week he could be a woman. He could keep the whole second term or 4 years of that. He could keep doing that.
That's another constitutional crisis. Does he become a new person? In which case, does he get another potential 2 terms?
That's true. He could keep shifting. Right before the election, he could shift back to another gender, and he's a new person. So he's not the same person anymore, right? Because you can keep identifying yourself as whatever you want. Yeah. So that's the secret of this. Now, how many people? What do you think this will do to Trump's base? Do you think they'll laugh about it? Do you think how do you think they'll handle this?
Well, it all depends on how he sells it. There will be the serious folk, like the Ben Shapiro folks, that are just, super serious about it. And then, of course, a lot of social conservatives will go, oh, he's betrayed me, Yeah. But I really don't think that'll have a massive impact because, the guy, he won by the silent majority.
Right.
The people, he won by the people who saw through his clearly bad history.
Yep.
And believed that he was going to do what they wanted. And they so happened to be right.
But what was it that they wanted him to do? What was it that he did?
Well, implement conservative policies and take real conservative stances on issues.
Yeah. But he wrecked 2 parties. He wrecked the Democrat Party and he wrecked the Republican Party. He destroyed them.
And also the establishment media. I'd like to throw that in there.
He hasn't quite destroyed them yet. They're rather immune for destruction because they're just.
Have you seen CNN's numbers? They've tanked. They're in the toilet.
But George Soros would just write a check to keep the lights on. They're not.
That guy's like 80, 70 years old, whatever. He can't be funding them forever. And that's the thing is that the average person is not. Yeah, I'm not going to. That's another podcast.
So I think we've beat this thing to death. Watch for Donald Trump after whatever demo commie has been nominated. He will suddenly identify as a woman, and as reelected, he'll run on the campaign that he wants to become the first transsexual lesbian president of the United States.
You heard it here first. Don't forget to become a Patreon. I'll make sure to post a link.
Patrons, not Patreon. Patrons.
Stop patronizing me. But you, listener, you can patronize me all you want.
And thanks for all the likes and the shares you're giving Alex on Facebook. I'm not on Facebook because I don't have a plate in front of me to eat.
You shouldn't have admitted. I'm having fun making people guess whether or not it's me or you.
They love you on Facebook. They hate me on Facebook.
I know that's true. That is true.
We're going to go through the other 9, folks. So as you hear them, we'll go through the other 9 and send us your suggestions as to how President Trump can guarantee re-election. Cheers, Alex.
Bye.